Liverpool's academy has always been a hotbed for emerging talent, and Jayden Danns is the latest name generating excitement among Reds fans. On the Anfield Index Academy podcast, host Ben Pescod was joined by Academy expert Lewis Bauer to discuss the young striker's progress, his impact on recent games, and what the future might hold under Arne Slot. Danns' recent performances have sparked debates over whether he should remain at the club to push for first-team minutes or seek experience elsewhere. Speaking on the podcast, Bauer described him as a player who carries himself with a distinct swagger and an unshakable belief in his abilities. "It's just a swagger that he carries himself with, isn't it?" Bauer remarked. "It seems to be unfazed by anything that's in front of him." That confidence was on full display when Danns came on and scored in a recent cup match. His goal-scoring instinct, combined with his fearless approach, has put him firmly in the spotlight. Yet, despite his promise, the question remains, where does he fit into Liverpool's long-term plans? Liverpool's forward line is stacked with talent, making it difficult for academy graduates to break through immediately. Danns, though highly rated, is still behind established names in the pecking order. Bauer touched on this point, stating, "When everyone's fit, one of Nunez and Gakpo isn't even making the bench, never mind Danns." Despite his potential, there is no clear indication that Slot sees him as an immediate first-team regular. Slot was asked about Danns in his press conference today, Bauer noted. He was mentioned as an option, but it didn't seem as though he was about to thrust him into the limelight. This cautious approach suggests that, while highly regarded, Danns may not receive the minutes necessary for his development if he stays at Anfield this season. With Danns' first-team opportunities uncertain, speculation has grown over a possible loan move, particularly to the Championship. Bauer acknowledged the strong interest from clubs in England's second tier, saying, "There's been a lot of speculation about him. I saw a report today that 4 Championship clubs are in for him on loan." Liverpool has a track record of sending young talents on loan to trusted clubs where they can flourish. "We have a good relationship with clubs like Blackburn, Stoke, and Preston," Bauer explained. Elliott did well at Blackburn, Kumas is at Stoke right now, and Sepp van den Berg had a successful spell at Preston. Given these connections, it would not be surprising if Liverpool opted to send Danns to a Championship club where he could gain regular first-team football. Bauer was clear in his view that a loan move would be the best option. "For me, I'd still send him out on loan and give him the minutes," he said. He also warned against keeping young players around the squad without a clear path to regular game time, referencing others who have missed their window. "We've seen a lot of players in the under-21 setup who probably should have gone on loan 6 months, a year, or even 18 months earlier. That window of opportunity for first-team football has passed them by." Liverpool's academy has produced stars before, but the challenge is always in ensuring young talents receive the right development pathway. With established attackers ahead of him and no guarantees of game time under Slot, a loan move appears the logical next step for Danns. As Bauer summed it up, Danns shouldn't become a case like that. He should go and get some Championship football under his belt. Whether that happens this January or in the summer remains to be seen, but one thing is clear: Jayden Danns is a player with a bright future. The key now is making sure his next move is the right one.